Do you ever eat something at home and feel completely safe just because it was cooked in your own kitchen? What if some of the most harmful things for your stomach are not coming from outside food, but from everyday habits inside your home? This is what makes it dangerous. There is no warning sign at the start, no strong pain, no sudden reaction. Everything feels normal. You eat, you feel fine, and you move on. But inside, your stomach is slowly dealing with substances that can irritate it again and again over time. And when this happens daily, the damage does not come from one big mistake. Before we dive into the details, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Also, make sure to leave a comment and let me know which of these mistakes you've been making. I want to read your stories so I can create a dedicated follow-up video with even more safety tips to keep you protected. Many seniors don't even realize this because these habits feel routine. But your stomach lining is sensitive. It reacts to what you eat, even when you don't notice it immediately. And here's something important to keep in mind. Not everything on this list affects people in the same way, but repeated exposure over time may increase stress on your digestive system. That is why awareness matters early. As you go through this, remember, the last item we will talk about is something many people consume every single day without thinking twice. That is what makes it even more important to understand. Number 5. Reheated cooking oils are one of the most common habits in many kitchens. And at first, it seems like a practical choice. You cook once, save the oil, and use it again. It feels normal, economical, and easy. But what happens to that oil after it has already been heated once is something most people don't think about. When oil is exposed to high heat, its chemical structure begins to change. If the same oil is heated again and again, it can start forming harmful compounds such as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, also known as PAH. You don't see them, you don't taste them clearly, but they can irritate the digestive tract when consumed repeatedly over time. This irritation may not show up immediately. It can be mild, slow, and easy to ignore. Maybe a little heaviness after eating, maybe slight discomfort, or nothing at all at first. That is what makes it risky. The problem is not one meal, it is the repeated use over days and weeks. Each time the oil is reheated, the level of these compounds can increase, and when that food enters your stomach, it may place extra stress on the lining that protects your digestive system. Over time, this repeated exposure may affect how comfortably your stomach functions. A simple step like using fresh oil more often or avoiding repeated heating can help reduce this risk. Because what feels like a small kitchen habit can have a bigger effect than most people expect. And this is only the beginning. The next item is something people consume every day without even thinking it could affect their stomach. Number 4. Refined white sugar. Now think about something you use almost every single day. Something that feels completely normal, even comforting. Sugar. It's in your tea, your desserts, your snacks, and most people never question it. But what if the problem is not just how much sugar you eat, but how often your stomach is exposed to it? Refined white sugar does not come with fiber, vitamins, or anything that supports your body. It is quickly absorbed, and when used frequently in large amounts, it may contribute to an environment in your gut that feels out of balance. You might not notice it immediately. No strong pain, no clear signal, just small changes, a feeling of heaviness, slight discomfort, or irregular digestion. What's happening quietly is more important. High sugar intake may support the growth of certain harmful bacteria in the digestive system. Your gut naturally contains both good and bad bacteria, and balance matters. When that balance starts to shift, your stomach may not feel as comfortable as it should. This imbalance may also be linked with irritation in the stomach lining over time. And here's what makes it even more risky. It hides in your routine. A little sugar in tea, a sweet snack after meals, a dessert at night. Individually, it feels harmless, but repeated daily habits add up. Over time, your stomach is constantly dealing with this intake, and the stress may slowly build. This doesn't mean you need to remove sugar completely. It means awareness is important. Reducing excess intake and choosing more balanced foods can help support a healthier environment in your gut. because your stomach is not designed to handle constant overload. And what comes next is something many people enjoy for its taste, without realizing what high heat can quietly create inside the food itself. Number 3. Burnt or charred meats. This one is often seen as a matter of taste. Some people like their food grilled, slightly burnt, with a darker, crispy layer on top. It looks appealing. It smells strong. It feels satisfying. But what happens when food is exposed to very high heat is something most people don't consider. When meat is cooked at high temperatures, especially when it becomes charred or burnt, certain compounds can form. These are known as heterocyclic amines, or HCAs. You don't need to remember the name. Just understand that these compounds may interact with your body in ways that are not ideal when consumed repeatedly. The key word here is repeated exposure. Having grilled food once in a while is not the issue. But when burnt or heavily charred food becomes part of your regular meals, your digestive system may be exposed to these compounds more often than it should. And again, there is no immediate reaction. You eat it, you feel fine, nothing seems wrong. But over time, your body continues to process these substances, and that's where awareness becomes important. Another thing to notice is how easily this habit goes unnoticed. People often focus on flavor and texture, not on what happens inside the food when it is overcooked. That dark, burnt layer may look appealing, but it can also carry substances that your body has to deal with. Simple changes can help. Cooking at moderate temperatures, avoiding overburning, keeping food lightly cooked instead of charred. These small adjustments may reduce unnecessary exposure, because your stomach is not just reacting to what you eat, but how your food is prepared. And now, we move to something even more surprising. Something packaged, convenient, and used without a second thought. But once you understand it, you may start looking at it very differently. Number 2. Microwave popcorn bags. Now think about something quick, easy, and very common. Microwave popcorn. It feels safe because it comes sealed, clean, and ready to use. You put it in the microwave, wait a few minutes, and enjoy it without thinking twice. But what most people never question is not the popcorn itself, it's the bag. The inside lining of many microwave popcorn bags is treated with chemicals designed to handle heat and oil. One of the compounds often discussed in this context is PFOA. You don't see it, you don't smell it, but when the bag is heated, small amounts of these substances may move into the food. This is what makes it concerning. It's not about one-time use, it's about repeated exposure over time. When something becomes part of your routine, something you use again and again, your body may be dealing with these substances more often than you realize. And here's the part most people miss. Because it's packaged, it feels safer. Because it's convenient, it feels harmless. But convenience does not always mean risk-free. Another detail to notice is how easily this fits into daily habits. Watching TV, relaxing in the evening, sharing a snack with family. It becomes a regular pattern. And when something becomes routine, we stop questioning it. That's where awareness becomes important. This doesn't mean you must avoid it completely, but it does mean you should think about how often you use it and consider alternatives when possible. Even small changes can reduce repeated exposure over time, because your body responds not just to big choices, but to small habits done again and again. And now, we come to the last one. This is the most common, and for many people, it is part of everyday life without a second thought. Number 1. Energy drinks and soda. This one is everywhere. In homes, in shops, in daily routines. Energy drinks and soda are consumed by millions of people every day. They feel refreshing, they feel energizing, but what most people don't realize is how they interact with your stomach over time. These drinks are often high in acidity and contain artificial carbonation. When they enter your stomach, they may increase irritation, especially when consumed frequently or in large amounts. The lining of your stomach is designed to protect you, but repeated exposure to highly acidic drinks may place extra stress on that protective layer. And again, the effect is not immediate. You drink it, you feel fine, nothing seems wrong. But over time, repeated intake may make your stomach feel less comfortable. Some people may notice slight burning, discomfort, or sensitivity, while others may not notice anything at all in the beginning. That's what makes it easy to ignore. Another important point is how common this habit is. Many people replace water with soda. Some rely on energy drinks for quick energy. It becomes part of daily life. And when something becomes normal, it stops feeling like a risk, but your body still responds. The combination of acidity, sugar, and artificial ingredients may create an environment that your stomach has to work harder to manage. Over time, this repeated stress may affect how balanced your digestive system feels. This doesn't mean one drink will cause harm. It means repeated habits matter. Choosing water more often, reducing frequent intake, and being aware of how your body feels can help support your stomach over time. Because what you drink daily becomes part of how your body functions. And now that you've seen all of these, one thing becomes clear. It's not about one single item. It's about small habits, repeated daily, that slowly shape your health. Understanding them early can make a real difference. Now the good news is this: you don't need to stop eating everything you enjoy. You just need to make smarter, safer choices in your daily routine. Instead of reheating the same oil again and again, try to use fresh oil or cook in smaller amounts so you don't need to reuse it. When it comes to sugar, you don't have to remove it completely, but reducing excess intake and choosing natural options like fruits can help keep your stomach more balanced. If you enjoy grilled food, try to cook it at moderate heat and avoid burning it too much so your body doesn't deal with unnecessary stress. For snacks, instead of relying on microwave popcorn bags, you can prepare simple popcorn at home using a pan, which gives you more control over what you are eating. And for drinks, replacing soda or energy drinks with water, fresh juices, or lighter options can make a big difference over time. These are not big changes, but small adjustments that may help support your stomach and overall health in a more comfortable way. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. And if you have ongoing discomfort or concerns, it is always best to consult a qualified healthcare professional. Your health is built on daily habits, and even simple awareness can help you make better choices. If you found this helpful, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and stay connected for more simple and clear health awareness content that helps you take care of your body in the right way.